everything. You want to know the true power of being chosen? It's not loud, it's not dramatic, it's not even always visible. It's the stillness, the knowing, the ability to walk into a room and unravel lies just by existing. It's the way the atmosphere shifts when you open your mouth, not because you shout, but because your words ring true. And the system can't handle that. They were trained to counter noise. But how do you defend against someone who simply sees? Still, I know it gets heavy. I know you've questioned if you're imagining it all. You've felt isolated. You've wondered if maybe you're just overly sensitive, overly spiritual, overly intense. But let me ask you this. Do ordinary people get attacked just for being honest? Do average lives get relentlessly tested, poked, targeted? Number. You feel the pressure because you're not regular, and the enemy only targets what threatens him. You think of Joseph, sold into slavery by his own brothers, falsely imprisoned, abandoned, and yet the word says, "But the Lord was with Joseph and showed him steadfast love." Genesis 39:21. Even when it looked like punishment, it was preparation. He wasn't suffering because he was forgotten. He was suffering because he was favored. You're not being broken, you're being built. And yes, the fire is real. Yes, the loneliness hurts. Yes, you sometimes wish you could unsee what you see. But you can't. And that's the evidence you were activated. You're not just alive, you're awake. And the moment you woke up, you became a threat. Because systems of control only work when no one questions them. You were chosen because you were born to question, born to challenge, born to carry light into places where it burns. Let them be uncomfortable. Let them sweat. Not because you seek conflict, but because your very existence exposes what they hoped would stay hidden. You didn't come with a sword, you came with sight. But sight is dangerous in a world addicted to denial. They're not fighting you, they're fighting the end of the illusion. And you are the beginning of the breakdown. You are the thread that unravels the whole false narrative. You were chosen not because you're perfect or polished, but because you were willing. Because you were designed to carry what burns and still keep walking. Because you'd rather walk alone in truth than be surrounded by lies. So stop apologizing. Stop doubting your place. Stop explaining your clarity to those committed to confusion. The room shifts when you speak because you're aligned. That's not ego. That's purpose. And the universe, the kingdom, heaven itself, backs you every time you choose truth over comfort. If you need confirmation, look around. Look at how they react when you speak. Look at how they try to invalidate your knowing. Look at the resistance. That's not a sign to shrink. That's a sign to stand tall. Because every attempt to silence you is proof that your voice holds weight. And every attempt to isolate you is proof that your presence holds light. Let them tremble. Let them scramble. Because when you walk in, the masks slip, the narratives shake, and the darkness has no more hiding place. They dressed the lie in silk, cloaked it in charm, polished it with sweet words and gold-plated intentions. They thought if they made it glitter, it would pass for truth. But your eyes weren't made to be dazzled. You weren't given vision for decoration. You were handed a blade. And that blade has a name: discernment. Discernment isn't soft. It's not a passing feeling or a vague hunch you can ignore. It's not intuition that gently knocks and waits patiently. No, it's a razor, forged in the fires of betrayal, sharpened by silence, refined by spiritual battles fought in the quiet corners of your life. It was carved into your soul through rejection, abandonment, and those countless moments you sat alone, wondering why no one else could feel what you felt, see what you saw. And now, it's yours. It doesn't need to shout. It slices clean, through words, through postures, through masks. That's why they fall silent when you enter. That's why their tone changes mid-sentence, their energy shifts, their confidence crumbles behind carefully rehearsed lines. It's not your presence they fear, it's your perception. They know you see it. They know your eyes don't stop at the surface. You move past appearance, past performance, and scan straight through to the spirit behind it all. You were built for this. You didn't become this way by chance. This clarity isn't personality, it's divine.